committee. For them, they are very angry with the performance of Coach Chris Hughton. They are scared that going to the AFCON, we are going to give a bad performance and maybe get out of the group stages. And in fact, there are 2 World Cup qualified coaches. If you are good, it doesn't matter. You see, the excuses for Chris Hughton is too much. He just came. National teams, you don't get a lot of time with your team. Give him time. Black Stars wasn't good enough. Black Queens also wasn't good, but everybody is doing a separate job, and we are judging them based on the jobs they are doing separately. In his part, Nora Haptel's part, she is doing well. She hasn't conceded in about 7 games. She's unbeaten in about 7 games. She is also a new coach. Nora Haptel is also a new coach with them on this channel for yet another fantastic update that we are bringing you here. Yes, the issues coming in, it's very, very serious. Yes, and we are going to talk to you about all of that. Resign or be sacked. Yes, pressure mounts on Coach Chris Hughton. Yes, headlines coming up. No. Black Stars coach Chris Hughton. Aye, on mobile part. On they show anything. So right now the pressure they mount. Resign or be sacked. In fact, Mohammed Kudus update is here. Mohammed Salisu. In fact, we will also look at that. And then the African Cup of Nations, that Ghana Black Stars has qualified. In fact, we are in a group with Egypt, Mozambique, and Cape Verde. We are going to look at the friendly games some of these African Cup of Nations they played, and the teams for the African Cup of Nations played, and how it went. And we will see how things also went over there, and then we'll talk about some other issues in this particular video. Do well to subscribe to the channel for us, like this video, hit the notification bell, and select all. Leave your thoughts and comments below in the comment section if you have any. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Thank you very much for staying with us. So where do we even start from? Let's start from Mohammed Salisu. He's a fantastic Ghanaian player. Very solid defender for the Black Stars, but then he got injured and he has been out for some time now. Yes, I don't know the type of injury, but it has taken him out for over a year. Yes, or even several months. Let's say several months. But then right now he's training and trying his very best to come back from injury and do very well for himself and then his club AS Monaco. Since moving from Southampton to AS Monaco, he has not played any game for them since the summer of 2023. So we wish Mohammed Salisu all the best, and we hope that he comes out very strong over there. So the countries who will be taking part in the African Cup of Nations were playing some friendly games in this month of October when the international friendly came through. Now let's look at some of the results. Algeria won 5-1 over Cape Verde, 5-1 over Cape Verde, and then they drew 1-1 with Egypt. So you see how they are playing. Let's go. Ghana lost 2-0 versus Mexico, and then 4-0 versus USA. 6 goals conceded. Ghana, no. Nigeria won 3-2 over Mozambique. Mozambique is in our group, so yes, they lost over there. And then also Nigeria drew 2-2 with Saudi Arabia. Ivory Coast drew 1-1 with South Africa, and then also Ivory Coast drew 1-1 with Morocco. Cameroon lost 1-0 to Senegal, and then Russia also beat Cameroon 1-0. Egypt was beaten by Tunisia 3-1, and then they won 1-0 over Zambia, and then they drew 1-1 over Algeria. So you see that Ghana is the only big team, so-called big team in Africa, who lost by higher margins and not just losing. Teams are losing, but then they don't lose by higher margins. But only Ghana there. Senegal 1-1. Cameroon. Is it Cameroon? Good. And then Senegal lost 1-0 to Algeria. Now South Africa beat Mali 3-1, and then Mali also beat Uganda 2-0. Egypt lost Tunisia won 3-1 over, is it Egypt? Yes. And then Korea also beat Tunisia. South Korea beat Tunisia 4-0. Morocco won 1-0 over Burkina Faso. Ivory Coast drew 1-1 with Morocco, and then Morocco beat Liberia 3-0. South Africa 0-0 versus Namibia. 1-0 South Africa over DR Congo. 0-0 South Africa over Switzerland. And then 1-1 South Africa with Ivory Coast. So you've seen how things are going for the top African countries. Now, the pressure mounted on Coach Chris Hughton, it's very, very serious. And right now, we don't even know how things will go with him. You see, less than a year ago, Mohammed Kudus finished a 31 pass move against South Korea. It was the longest pass sequence leading to a goal for Ghana at the FIFA World Cup, surpassing the previous highest of 14. Andre Ayew versus USA in 2014. So you see, when we talk about we are Ghana, we are the Brazil of Africa. Do you see the game we play to win games? This is the type of game we play to win games. 2014 World Cup was the last World Cup we went until 2022, because 2018 World Cup we didn't go. Now in the 2014 World Cup, we had the longest passing streak to a goal. That was 14 passes. That was Andre Ayew's goal versus the United States of America in 2014. In 2022, when we made a return to the Ghana Black Stars, coached by Coach Otuado, someone we thought that Chris Hughton was better than, he gave us a performance that saw that Mohammed Kudus scored a goal from 31 pass sequence in that game versus South Korea. Yes. So this, when we talk about Ghana, Brazil of Africa, even if we are losing, this is the kind of game we play. Coach Chris Hughton, what do we see? We see that under Coach Chris Hughton, the man who says that we should have faith in him. Faith. Right now, he's become Jesus Christ. We should have faith in him to change things around. We see that under him, when we are playing football, the goalkeeper gets more touches than the strikers. Me with that. Hey, now if you give the team to even Coach Ignatius, he will not do this. Coach Igna Osefosu, he will not do this thing. What Coach Chris Hughton is doing, but because he's Chris Hughton, everybody is doing. No. Right now, per the report I'm getting, the government is not happy. The Ghana Football Association, they are not happy. The Ghana Football Association, they are angry. In fact, the thing is that the government brought Coach Chris Hughton. Everybody knows this, that Chris Hughton is not a favorite of Kes Kreku and his people. Okay, and the executive committee. For them, they are very angry with the performance of Coach Chris Hughton. They are scared that going to the AFCON, we are going to give a bad performance and maybe get out of the group stages. And in fact, there are 2 World Cup qualifiers in the month of November. From 14th of November, Ghana Black Stars will be playing World Cup qualifiers. So if we continue this performance, they are scared that the World Cup we will start losing games and it will be difficult for us to qualify to the World Cup proper. So the Ghana Football Association there, per their quarters, they are saying, now look, Coach Hughton, either you resign or we will sack you. We don't care about the compensation that will come. We will pay and then we will go and bring another coach. That is what the Ghana Football Association, they are thinking about right now. But they have to convince the sports ministry that when they sack Coach Chris Hughton, the compensation that comes, the sports ministry should pay it, because whenever they sack coaches, the sports ministry pays the compensation. So that is what is making them say that, look, Chris Hughton, you know that I cannot do the job. You've not just been with the Black Stars for 6 or 7 or 8 games. So you see, that is what people don't get. I'll continue to say, Coach Chris Hughton, he's been with the Black Stars over a year. He was appointed as the technical director of the senior national team, the Ghana Black Stars, in March 2022, before we played versus Nigeria, the 2 qualifiers before we went to the World Cup. So he's been with the Black Stars, the training sessions, the camp. When we went to the World Cup, he was at the camp. He was at the hotel. He saw everything. He was part of the team. He's not a new babe. He's not somebody who didn't know the team. And so he's been with the Black Stars for over a year, playing about 7 matches as a coach of the Black Stars, and he's still playing football. Look, in the game versus USA, facts and figures. Facts and figures. In the game versus USA, Abdul Manaf Nuruddin had 55 touches as the goalkeeper of the side. Our strikers, Antoine Semenyo, Antoine Semenyo came on in the second half. He had only 4 touches. This one, Inaki Williams, also had 24 touches in the number of minutes he played. So the 2 strikers got 28 touches. The goalkeeper had 55 touches. Where do we play the ball? At our back. If you check the center back, all of them, they had touches than the forwards. Joseph Pinto, Mohammed Kudus, Inaki Williams, Antoine Semenyo. Yes, the back 4, all of them had touches than our forwards. So what kind of football is Chris Hughton playing that all of you and most of you are saying give him time? Give him time for what? For what exactly? Tell us what we should give him time for. Because look, when the Black Queens coach Nora Haptor, when she took over, the Black Queens were bad. Everybody knows this, that Black Queens coach Nora Haptor, when she took over Black Queens, AFCON we don't qualify. Everybody was beating us. But since the coach took over, in her discipline, in her league, okay, I'm not trying to compare her to Chris Hughton. I'm not saying we should bring Nora Haptor as the coach of Chris Hughton, but everybody is doing a separate job, and we are judging them based on the jobs they are doing separately. In her part, Nora Haptor's part, she is doing well. She hasn't conceded in about 7 games. She's unbeaten in about 7 games. She is also a new coach. Nora Haptor is also a new coach with the Black Stars. She has also played about 7 or 8 games with the Black Stars. Competitive games. She's beating everybody. She goes away and beats you, and then comes home and beats you too. Play enterprising and beautiful football. Coaches, if you are good, it doesn't matter. You see, the excuses for Chris Hughton is too much. He just came. National teams, you don't get a lot of time with your team. Give him time. Black Stars wasn't good enough. Black Queens also wasn't good enough. Black Queens was also bad. Black Stars were, in fact, Black Stars, when we went to the World Cup, we did very well. We thought that Chris Hughton was going to build on from there. He's not building anything. He's rather bringing everything down and always calling Edmond Ado, and playing him. You see, there are 2 things. You can call the person and you not let him play, but he's always calling him and playing him. So Coach Chris Hughton, right now, the pressure on him, he deserves that pressure. It is either he resign or he sacked. Mompamono, Emfa. Chris Hughton, Emfa, that. We go on him the way. He doesn't know what he's doing. I'm telling you for a fact. Just build on from where. Look at the game we played versus Portugal at the World Cup. Otuado too, he had just taken over. Otuado had just taken over. But look at the type of game we played at the World Cup versus Portugal. Versus South Korea, we won. Versus Uruguay, the reason why we lost was because we had a penalty and we missed it again. And that was the mental block. It's not a coach problem. But look at the game we were playing. Even versus Uruguay, we played part of the game. That was the reason why we got a penalty. But look at our game versus USA. Coach results a ball coach. Mompamono. Quick, Mompamono. Masa coach African Cup of Nations qualifier. You see, a lot of another excuse is that USA they are good than us, they are better than us already. They are supposed to beat us. But are we not better than Madagascar? Is Madagascar better than us? Or right now, Madagascar is on the same level with us. Madagascar drew with Ghana Black Stars. They drew with us away. Are we on the same level with Madagascar? Angola, are we on the same level with them? They were in pot 4. At the African Cup of Nations, we were in pot 2. The gap is clear on the FIFA ranking. The gap between Ghana and Angola is clear. But look at the game we played with Angola. Did you see that gap on the field of play? So if USA and Mexico are showing us that the gap between them and us is clear, why can't we also show Madagascar, Angola, and the rest that the gap between us and them are also clear? Why? Because the coach, he plays the ball at the back. A chile ball coach. Pressure should mount on him. They say, Wama Kudus are ordinary player. Wama all our players are ordinary players. Sack him right now. Sack him. Let me know your thoughts, comments, views in the comment section of this video. Thank you very much for staying with us and joining us for yet another fantastic video. Maybe we'll share in the next one. Bye bye.